You got your Kobe Bryants, you know, your Muhammad Ali's, legends. And then there's Levi Ackerman at the tip top of that hierarchy. Let me just run through how Levi became one of humanity's strongest soldiers. Let's not waste no time. By the way, this is a re-upload. I just reworked on it because I really like this video. I just didn't want to see it, you know, in the dirt. And without further ado, I hope y'all enjoy. Make sure y'all like and sub. Let's first talk about how this dude literally lives on business. Grew up in the Walls underground facility in a prison cell with his dead mother rotting in front of him. And when he was released, not only did bro have a fat munch sesh, but by the age of 10, this dude was kicking grown men's asses. And when he grew older, bro was a leader of his own underground cartel. If you touched him, you're smoked. If your room is dirty, dude will literally start pummeling you to the ground. And bro says the most outrageous stuff for no reason.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose.
During a mission to kill Erwin Smith to obtain Ice Spice's hard drives, Levi was ultimately led to catch Erwin's attention, and he got noticed alright, influencing Erwin to let Levi and his buds join the Survey Corps due to their skilled and pristine maneuvers with their ODM gear. The other Survey Corps members were understandably pissed off since they joined without going through Titan boot camp, and when some of them tried testing Levi, not only did Levi roast the shit out of them, but went on to effortlessly breeze through the test before giving bro the meanest side eye, and even making the ladies wet. But during their first expedition, they decided that this was the day that they killed Erwin Smith, and after eliminating their first Titan, it begins raining. Seeing this as an opportunity, Levi bolts it towards Erwin's direction, trying to use the fog and rain to his advantage. However, instead of Erwin, Levi comes across multiple dead Survey Corps members. One of them, who's about to kick the bucket, points in the opposite direction of where Levi came from. Levi instantly turns back around and starts Usain bolting it towards his buddies, praying that they're okay while he looks at decapitated limbs on his way back. His horse slips on a dead body, making Levi fall to the ground, and when he looks up, he is met with the head of his teammate, his slime, his homie. But wait, the blonde guy still gotta be a little down. And as Levi stares at the Titan, he's about to crash out, disappearing from the Titan's sight before cutting its cheek. And bro, Levi is relentlessly slicing this Titan up, completely decapitating its head, obliterating its hand, letting it blade rip on his arm, and finally finishes off the Titan. And at this point, Levi doesn't even know what to feel. The only reason he was here was to kill Erwin, but at the sight of his dead allies, that intention seemed pointless. Eventually, the rest of the squad pull up and Erwin's like, "You're the survivor, huh? Damn, she reminds me of my ex. Great head, no body. I should probably give her a call." Motherfucker, listen up, you privileged posh scumbag. I was ordered to kill you, and I ain't leaving till I do it. Shut your ass up. You know I knew that from the beginning, don't you?
Is this nigga serious?
Feeling real dumb now, huh? You wanted that tape, didn't you? Here, take it. Shit was ass anyways.
Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came.
It was even worse when going up against the Beast Titan. Levi's orders were to flank the group of Titans while Erwin and the rest of the Survey Corps decided to have a kumbaya orchestra while running up on Zeke and the Titans. Zeke turns into Randy Johnson, the best pitcher in the world, and starts striking these motherfuckers out. Erwin was the first to fall right before Bull Cut over here faces forward and eats bricks. After slaughtering the entire Survey Corps, Zeke turns to see his Titans also eating dirt. When from the smokes, Levi pulls up and he is fucking pissed, completely obliterating bro's arms within milliseconds. Proceeds to slice both of Zeke's eyes before descending to chop his ankles, causing Zeke to fall flat on his jaw with his ass tooted up, the perfect position. I bet you had fun pretending to be Spencer Strider in this bitch, but in reality, you're a fucking monkey. Demolishing bro's jerk-off hand and lands on his back, hits the cleanest pose before blowing his entire back out. Had Zeke screaming in agony or maybe ecstasy as he gets carved out of his Titan form. When turning around, Levi just shoves his dagger down his throat while pinning him to the ground. Levi proceeds to start questioning Zeke, and when he doesn't answer, Levi pierces the blade through his mouth and remarks, "Hey shit, it's common courtesy to answer a question that you're asked. Did your parents not teach you manners, or were they monkeys as well?" Like, come on, bro. How is he supposed to answer with his mouth full? Zeke gets taken away by easily the mustiest Titan known to mankind, while commanding the remaining Titans to finish Levi off. But come on, Levi slices them up with little to no effort. And when he catches up to Zeke, he looks locked the fuck in. Zeke unfortunately skedaddles out of there, which leads us to their rematch. So after the whole Liberio incident, Zeke was humiliated by Levi in front of the kids, but on purpose, so they could formulate a plan to get revenge on Marley or something like that. And since Zeke still can't be trusted, he's kept in the forest under the scout surveillance while they're drinking some godly wine from Marley. But it turns out Zeke is a two-timing punk pussy and starts running for his life right in front of Levi. But this move wasn't uncalculated, as Zeke screeches in order order to turn everyone that drank the wine into Titans. Zeke commands all the Titans to devour Levi and maybe gain access to even a fraction of Brother's drip. As Levi is zooming and weaving, he sees all the resemblances in his now Titan squad. And as he's pondering on if he could at least try and save his team, reality sinks in and
I'm lying all the time. No, 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 no.
accompanied by 3 Titans, Zeke's blushing at the fact that his plan actually worked and he won't get his ass handed to him like last time. However, right as Zeke starts unzipping his pants, Levi with stealth on 100 decapitates a Titan. Zeke takes a fat duppy and orders the Titans to attack. Yet with one hand, this dude completely obliterates the Titan's arm, spinning around to hook onto the last Titan. Zeke falls into anguish, having a hissy fit like a child before transforming, proceeding to try and taunt Levi on how he had to kill his comrades in order to get to him. He then crushes the head of one of Levi's members and whips her brain matter at him. And then he splits Shorty in half, literally, like god damn. Levi, being a G though, doesn't lose his cool, but instead uses the environment to his advantage by masking his presence with branches. All you had to do was be a good boy and read your Harry Potter book. But you really thought you could escape from me? To put things into perspective, you're Harambe and I'm the guard with the rifle taking aim. Zooming past all of Zeke's projectiles to launch his thunder spears straight into Zeke's nape, turning this shit from anime into a Michael Bay movie. Zeke flies out of his Titan, landing on the ground, and bro is in horrendous condition. He needs to see the ER immediately. And this is one of the main reasons no sane human fucks with Levi, because they ain't making it out unscathed. However, the humans we're examining today didn't give a fuck who Levi Ackerman was, solely due to the fact that they had an Ackerman of their own, the very man who raised Levi in the underground. While on a mission to protect Historia and Aaron from the military, Levi tracks them from afar to ensure their safety, beginning to ponder on how the military is doing a horrible job. Wondering if they have an ace up their sleeve, Kenny, tiptoeing onto the roof, blows off the head of Levi's comrade. Levi hides behind a pillar as Kenny starts running his mouth on how Levi has been the same height since grade 9. And after an extremely fast-paced chase that I'm not going to commentate over, Levi barges into a bar. And as he laments on losing another bad bee in these cramped-ass walls, Kenny leaps into the bar and bros on straight crackhead timing, threatening Levi to come out because if you don't, I'll blow the roof off this place. Boom, boom.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
How about we have a good old-fashioned duel? If you win, you'll have to defeat the rest of my squad. Alright. Then draw. Wait, what? A soldier shoots at Levi, who's broken through a window, but it turns out to be a chair. As Levi jumps out of the window, hooks bro like a fish and drags him to the opposite building so he can use his ass as a human riot shield. Then swiftly slices through the enemy so effortlessly, their bodies still look intact. He continues to get chased down, but Levi is just slicing these soldiers up like he's a master in Fruit Ninja. Unfortunately, Aaron and Historia get taken into an underground facility by the military. But all y'all need to know is they change stages for round 2. Kicking things off, they roll a whole bunch of barrels down a flight of steps as Sasha ignites them, using the smoke created by the explosion to their advantage. And this shit just turns into an all-out brawl. The kids finally catching their first bodies, and I'm not talking about sexually. Levi is just tearing through the enemy team before Kenny pulls up and tries catching Levi off guard. Levi, being ready for that shit, clashes their weapons and dodges Kenny's bullets at the last moment. And as he's gaining distance, Levi notices a bag of gasoline on the ground. Getting straight back to it, Kenny grazes Levi and turns around to blow his back out. However, Levi tosses the gasoline at Kenny, causing an eruption of flames to go off. Levi, not giving a single fuck, goes straight through the flames in order to land his first hit on Kenny. And bro left immediately after being slashed. And that's it. Instead of settling the duel, the writer decided to have Kenny just spit on Levi's face and call it a day. Hey man, but I hope y'all enjoyed this video. More coming soon. I appreciate the love, support. I love y'all so much. And see y'all in the next one.